So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a request. I would love if we can normalize asking, what do you mean by that? Especially since we are in the land of the free, where there are so many, people that's not from this land who are still learning English. Many grew up in different cultures that don't necessarily know the slangs, the words. English is changing every single day with you witty people. So I think we should normalize asking, what do you mean by that? Because things are constantly being misinterpreted based off of the way someone speaks. There's someone that will show up and then they speak so, I notice a lot of people, they'll say things very short, where it's not fully explained. So other people tend to create things in their mind, where someone else will be like, oh, I went to that girl house and she take mad pills. And then somebody else will be like, damn, she be taking mad pills. The pills. Why didn't you just say she takes a whole bunch of vitamins? You're giving other people false perception. Someone else can come around and see someone, and for some reason, people that is well educated love to want to hang out in the neighborhoods and things where it's a different type of society, so they speak differently. So then they'll come around and ask someone, hey, do you know this person? Oh yeah, they fuck with all of us. They cool, that's what's up. They fuck with all of us. Then the other person be like, oh, okay, wow. Then they go home and be like, Karen, did you know that person's such a whore? I went to the neighborhood and they said that she sleeps with all of them. That's not what they meant. But that's what you going around telling everybody else now, because that's what that person said, but that's not what they meant. People speak differently all the time. People use different terminologies. I still remember when I had got in trouble. This is a little prop story. They, of course, when your calls are monitored and recorded and whatever, I got a little in trouble because I told my brother I can't wait to come home to come get lit. I'm thinking, okay, I'm a New Yorker, getting lit, come, turn up, have fun, go to a party. They thought I was talking about going home to go get drugs and getting high, because that's their interpretation of getting lit. And then the worst part about it, since a lot of us are so naive to what's really going on in the quantum physics world that turns into the physical, because your mouth gives life and death in the tongue, because people are speaking and people are speaking things over people's lives without doing it consciously. Other people that know of these things try to manipulate those words and use it to their favor as well too, when they can get other people to say things that is not really what they're meaning, but as long as they have that statement, they can hold it against you. And you want to be careful with that. That's why people tend to stop hanging with certain people, only because it's not like they don't like them no more. It's just that they know that those people don't speak in a manner that represents them well, and that will cause that other person to be hindered in life in many ways that they don't really understand. So, please, let's just normalize saying, what do you mean by that? How about normalize being more clear on what you're saying too, sometimes when you're speaking to another person that's not from your culture, race, or area? That will also help. Because sometimes people don't want to tell you that they don't understand. They want to seem like as if they know and they understand. But it's clear that they probably don't. So explain. Here's a piece. I don't really like addressing problems without giving a piece of a solution. Do not let a day go by without canceling, blocking, stopping, nullifying any words, ill intent, evil eye, or negative speech over your name, your life, your finances, and your family. Because a lot of times, people say things knowingly or unknowingly, and it's affecting you in the physical. Every day, cancel all negative words or transmute it. Energy cannot be broken or destroyed, but it can be changed. You make sure you say and you speak it out loud and speak it into existence. Every negative thing that's being spoken over you is your financial freedom. Till next time.